Hi, so in the last video of this series for Autumn Winter 2025, I'm talking about what goes on the bottom half, so skirts and trousers. First, I just thought I'd show you, this is the tartan dress from Boden, so you can kind of see what it looks like on a body. So this is the one that's got a little V neck, a little bit of a pie crusty collar, it's 3 buttons or 4 buttons there, and then it's empire line to here, and as you can see, it's just straight around, and it's like an A-line skirt at the bottom, so you can kind of see the fit. So going back to skirts and things, in general there are a range of skirts around, as there usually are, but the ones that are kind of the fashion skirts, if you like. So we've still got a lot of these sort of bias cut skirts. So if you like these skirts, so this is a silky one, I got this one, this is my one from Uniqlo. It comes with a lining, which is quite good, so you've got the silk sort of bias cut skirts. I think they have that in a few colours. And then this is one which is more of a silky feel to this one. This is from Zara, and it kind of is, well, it's panelled actually. I know you probably can't see that, but if I get a bit closer you might be able to see it a bit more. I don't know if you can see that. So it's got panels in it, and then it's got the little kick flare at the bottom. So again, quite good for balancing. So those are 2 skirts, midi length skirts. There are lots of mini skirts, so if you're somebody that likes getting your legs out, lots of mini skirts around if you want to do that, and you can pair it with your opaques and your boots and things like that. And then the other one is the cord that I've shown before. This is just showing 2 different varieties. So this one is in a straight cut style. Okay, that was the one from White Stuff with pockets and everything at the top. So it's a typical jean style in a straight cut. And then this one from Monsoon is the A-line cut. So it's wider at the bottom than it is at the top. And it's got little detail on the pockets, if you can just sort of see the scallopy details there. So A-line skirts are pretty good for balancing, so the hemline is wider than it is at the waist, so it balances hips and thighs and things like that. So that can be quite a nice sort of style if you want that sort of style. If you're quite straight down beneath and you've got neat hips, bottom and all the rest of it, and straighter shape, then a straight skirt works quite well, especially if it's in something like a cord, which doesn't have so much give in it. So think about which one suits you in terms of shape better. And then quick one on skirts, think about where the hemline stops. So generally speaking, you want to stop something on a narrower part or miss the widest part. So find where you're widest on your calf and make sure it either goes below, or if you want to, you can bring it above. And actually there's a good thing to talk about. These are very, very, very long boots, which is kind of the thing as well if you fancy a pair of very long boots. So that's another little tip of a trend. Anyway, returning to bottom halves, the other thing, jeans, everybody wears jeans, don't they? The style is barrel leg. You may have them already. There's lots of those around. I tried them, wasn't so keen on them, so they aren't something I've added to my wardrobe, but I know lots of people have, so barrel legs are definitely out there. You will still find your skinnies, but really the sort of shapes that are in at the moment are more the wide leg. So this is your typical sort of wide leg. This one's got patch pockets. These are mine. I just quite like the patch pocket at the front, but you don't have to have that. So wide leg style. This one is in quite a stiff denim. So again, think about whether you need the stiff fabrics or whether you prefer something that's got a bit of stretch. These ones are from Zara. I had them on in my first video I did. They're very high-waisted. So I don't know if you can see the rise area. So it goes from the bottom there to the top, quite high-waisted. And these are straight, so they don't kick out. So you can get the wide legs as they are, straight, straight down, or you can get the kick flares or boot legs, if you want to call them that, where they fit tighter across the thigh, then they go down and then they kick out. So if you want to show off your slim legs or whatever, if you want to show off this part of you, then you can choose to do that. If you want the wider legs, they're kind of quite balancing depending on your shape, but obviously they add breadth. So think about whether you want to add the breadth down below or at the top, and then think about the fabrics as well. So if you've got some stretch in the denim, that's one more comfortable, but also it means it's not as rigid. And if it's straight denim, it is just denim with nothing added to it, then it will just hang straight. So it can be less comfy if you're a little bit more curvy, but great if you've got more straightness down beneath the waist. So think about what length you want, whether you want your short skirts, whether you want your sort of midi length, longer length. Think about trousers in terms of, do you want sort of the kick flare style? Do you want something that's a bit wider down beneath? Or maybe you still want to stay in your skinnies. Like I said, they're all still around. It's just, fashion is fashion. Things come in and out, don't they? So have a think about what suits you, what feels more like you, what works for your style personality. We're not all the same. I love pattern and things like that, so this appeals to me. You might be looking at this and thinking, oh, not me at all. So have a think about what you really, really like in your wardrobe. Those are the things to keep. They're the things to invest in. If it's not a trend you really like, please, please, please don't go spending money on something that's honestly, you end up just storing things in the wardrobe. So yeah, spend your money wisely. And that's the recap of all the trends really for autumn winter 2025. I hope it's been useful to go through these few things with you. Take care as always. Give me a, drop me a line or put a comment underneath the videos if I can help you in any way. Then if you're thinking about colours that suit you, styles that suit you, if you just want some help going through the wardrobe, creating outfits, I absolutely love doing that. So do get in touch. Have a fabulous autumn winter. Take care. Bye now.